Hey guys, TerMINator here with another Unison League video. So since Ranked Guild Battle is coming sooner rather than later, I thought of 5 tips that can hopefully help you out during this upcoming Ranked. Now I do want to say, for those of you who are casual, you probably don't give a fuck about Ranked Guild Battles, so this might not be the video for you, but since I am so entertaining, you should just watch it anyways, right? Alright. So at number 1 for Ranked Guild Battles, my tip is for you to attend as many exhibition matches as you possibly can in these next 2 weeks before Ranked Guild Battle, because this is the time where you solidify your strategies, figure out what works for your team, what doesn't. What works for us may not work for you because we have certain stats, we have certain lineups that might not necessarily work for you, right? So figure out what works for you and figure out what you still need to improve on. It's also important for both your backline and your frontline to be present in these battles. I know for like a lot of maybe guilds out there, like your backline might not always be present because, you know, they don't do much in the first, like, I would say 2 minutes of the game, or like they just go in and kill the crystal. But in certain instances when your frontline does that, you need that backline support, or else all is gonna go to shit, okay? Okay, so if you're a sub leader or the guild leader, you should also encourage your members to participate in these 2 weeks of exhibition matches, because, you know, you're the leader or sub leader or guild leader. You know, you want to motivate your people, unite your people to a common cause called Ranked Guild Battle, and get your medals and your glory and the background. Okay, where am I? Okay. So yes, participate in as many build battles as you possibly can in the next 2 weeks. I can't talk, Jesus, I'm trying to talk too fast because I have a whole list I need to get through. Oh god. Okay, second, have switch partners. I can't say how important this is because it didn't come to us until, like, not very recently, until maybe like 2 or 1 Ranked Guild Battles ago. So having backline partners is essential, and having a very quick switch when you switch to that crystal assault phase. So you want to take as little time as you possibly can, because once that counter starts, you want to deal as much damage as you possibly can. So there's less time you spend on thinking who to switch with, the more time you have to do the assault. So have designated backline partners, and, you know, have that. And we've also figured out that it's always better for the frontline member to request the switch. Don't do both requests, like don't have backline and frontline requests at the same time, because that usually causes the game to glitch and the button disappears. So that fucks you up. Like, it takes away like 3, 4, 5 seconds, I don't even know, it just fucks you up. So only have one person request the switch, and it's usually better if if frontline does it. Have frontline do it. Okay, alright. Number 3, figure out a full team uni. So although full team unisons are very uncommon these days, oh god, I need to burp. First of all, in order for your team to go first, you must win the unison battle, which is determined by the stats of your monsters, right? So what this means is that the cost of the monsters you use and the amount of pluses on those monsters determines whether you win or lose the battle. You know, when you have the points show up. So this means that you want to use high cost monsters. That's why 34 cost monsters are here, and that's why I think everyone, especially if you're being serious about Ranked Guild Battle, should farm one and have like 1 or 2 no, just have 1 for Ranked Guild Battle, and make sure it's max plus, because pluses determine whether you win or lose too, right? Okay, so second, you need to match color as much as possible, and I need to go a little in depth in this because it gets a little complicated. Alright, so as I said before, light and fire unis do the most damage, right? When the animation shows up, the higher the level, meaning the more you match, the more damage it deals. I talk with my hands and my arms are getting tired, Jesus Christ. Okay, so the higher the level, the more you match, the more damage it does. This means you want to match as much as possible so you get more damage, especially if you're planning to use 34 cost monsters, which are known for their terrible damage. You want to match as much as possible. But with the trouble of matching 5, of course, is that you can easily get countered. especially veteran players, right? Even though nowadays no one uses unisons, veteran players know how to counter unisons pretty well, though maybe not this well anymore because we lack the practice. But you don't really want to risk doing like 5 fire unisons and then the other team having 2 water and then 3 fire and then winning over you and killing you. That's just not worth it in my opinion. So I think the best choice is to have 3 fire or 3 light plus 2 of something else. Those something else can be water. Water is a nice counter, especially for your clerics, right? Usually in guild battles you have 3 attackers and 2 clerics, so water is a good option. Or you know, you have 3 light, 2 dark, 3 light, 2 something else, anything else, or 3 of light or fire plus 2 of something else. I can say that. Okay, nowadays with lancers being so common in frontline and some of them may carry pressure, it's important that if you do have that 5-man unison, you use it as soon as possible, because once that pressure hits, like, your team is fucked. Especially if the other team who does the pressuring has a 5-man unison available, your team is like, you know, is pretty screwed. So unison as much as fast as possible. It is possible to beat pressure. I've done it a few times. Bree has done it a few times. So like, just have to have quick fingers. Like, be on that focus. Like, have the mind of a Jedi in your brain coaching you. You're like, press that button, press that unison button. Okay, pumped. Okay, next, 4th. I'm pretty sure I'm on 4, right? So with opening attacks becoming more and more common, it's important to observe your opponents before launching your wave of attacks. I can't say how many times I've seen newbie guilds start out with like 3 meteors, the meteor rain, right? Like 2 meteor rays in the middle, and Leon has 4 stack reflex, so you know that causes a massive amount of damage for your team without the expense of cost for the other team, which fucks you up. So don't do that. Always watch for, like, you know, opening skills, especially now more and more people are getting them. Just you know, spend like 2 seconds, look at who doesn't have an opening skill, and you know, usually go for that person, unless that person is an attacker, then in which case that person might have guard, in which case you shouldn't aim for that person because that person will likely have guard, in which case if you do aim for that person might just guard, and you know, you waste your cost. So with that being said, if you don't have an opening skill, it may be a good point to start using guard in your front line. Alright? So number 5 is a little weird because it's not just one thing, it's a series of things, which I think are obvious but might not be obvious to some people. Okay, first, you must come to battle early. I would say for frontline, I think you guys should come like at least 1 minute before the battle starts, so you can have a minute to figure out who you're attacking first, and if that person doesn't work out, who is your second target, so you don't spend time thinking while, you know, shit is raining down on you. Okay, second, try to get your crystal level to 30 before rank build battle starts, because having that level 30 crystal helps you a lot when it comes to, you know, other teams wrecking your crystal. Yeah, even though it's pretty much total wreckage for a top level game, like, there's no debate. If the other team enters with their 4 archers, 1 mage, when the crystal is at full HP and they had time to gather their cost, then it's game over. But at lower levels it might not be the case, so having that level 30 crystal at lower levels might give you the game changing rank that you need. maybe third, okay, get the guild contribution award daily before your first guild battle. Guys, that 7% makes a fucking huge difference. Okay, get it. It's like for 5,000 gold, right? Get it every day. You hear me? You gotta like write it on your hand with permanent marker during the rank guild battle week and be like, look at it every day. Every morning when you wake up, you're like, I gotta do this. Not too much. Okay. Next, try to increase both your gear score and level prior to rank guild battle, because it will help make your crystal more tanky, okay, more resilient to attacks. Even though it might be futile. Oh my god, futile. It might be futile, but you know, I think it's a mind game with us at this point. But yeah, it does make a difference. Like, having like a higher gear score, it makes a huge difference. Okay, that's why like those whale guilds are so hard to take down. Jesus Christ. Okay, we are not a whale guild because not half of us are whales yet. I will make them into whales. Yes, I will spawn baby whales. Okay, and then last but not least, this is something you can do or not do. Like it will make a difference, right? But it depends on who the person is. So to help with coordination, it's really good to have like a shot caller, someone who knows what they're doing, right, with PvP, and someone who's like experienced. Have them be like a shot caller, so then when you don't know who to attack, that person can give you guys like a direction to follow, and that usually ends up pretty well with us. Like for our guild, is usually Brie or Sally who does the shot calling, and I have a tendency to not read the chat, but don't be like me, guys. Read the chat, especially if you know you have a shot caller, read the fucking chat and things will go well. That's all I have for you today. I have to burp again, so I'm just gonna sign off. Bye bye, guys. And I did not forget, I will be streaming Coliseum. I just saw today with the update, of course, with the Athena spawn, not Athena spawn, but the Coliseum spawn. Athena's in it. I was so tempted, but I said no. I was like, no. My credit card says no. Okay. That was my me. Okay. So Coliseum is coming, and I did promise that if we got to 50 likes on the video 2 videos ago, I would do a streaming for Coliseum, and I'll live up to that promise, and I'm going to figure out how streaming works. So I had that to do tomorrow, so I'll see you guys tomorrow maybe. Bye bye. I'll be back. As always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye!